Okay, Gabrielle, I want to answer some of your questions about our hot beverage machines, and I thought that a visual display would be more helpful than just a written one. So thank you for your questions. I got to learn along with you. This machine is called a National 673, and there's all different models of coffee and hot drink machines that we do have, but this one we've got a bunch of, and it's an excellent workhorse. Now, we would be customizing this a little bit from its typical use, but its typical use is fairly close to what you're trying to do. So let me just give you a little tour of how this machine works. First of all, I just show you here, this is the delivery door where the cup of the drink would come out. And the Wolfgang Puck design here on the front, we can either use that or change that out, so we can talk about different front designs later. But this here is the menu that appears on the machine, and typically the way we can buy these menus is a set giant menu. These are used parts, so we don't have a lot of customization options, but what people do is they get a label maker and they just print out the black with white letters to change out the prices and what is in each selection. So if you open the machine, it looks complicated, but don't be afraid. Okay, so over here on the left, these bins are holding our cups, and you had asked me if we fill the machine with cups. We don't, but they're not hard to find. Jeff, the technician, was just telling me that we like to do 12-ounce cups on one side and 8-ounce on another. Now, excuse the condition of both the machine and these cups. This is just an as-is machine. I didn't have one fully reconditioned to show you, so we have to use our imagination a little bit. Jeff will make it pristine. But anyhow, the cups just sit in here. And then if you look over here, let's start from the right to the left. These two bins here are where you'd put your loose ground coffee. Most operators use one for decaf and one for caffeinated, or sometimes they'll do a caffeinated, and then this one you can see is a flavored caffeinated. But what you can do is fill these with decaf, just straight decaf, and then maybe a flavored decaf, like a hazelnut decaf or something like that. And these two selections are going to be the loose ground, which the water will go through, and then the grounds will drop into a bucket to be disposed of later. Now over here, there's actually usually a bucket right here, and this starts with all of your soluble powders. So you can actually have a selection that is a tea that, now I know you're not doing caffeinated tea, so it wouldn't be a green tea or a matcha, but most people do put a chai over here. They may fill one of these containers with a soluble chai powder. This one could just be another tea powder, or alternatively, Jeff told me if you leave this selection out, you can have an option in the machine for a customer to just fill the cup with hot water. And then I guess what you would do is maybe, I don't know exactly how you would then deal with the tea bags that they'd put in there. You could certainly have them to be sold behind the counter, but that kind of defeats the purpose of having a automated retail solution. So we could talk about that, but I just wanted to let you know that's available as an option. And then as we go across here, one of these will be used for sugar or some sort of a powdered sugar, like a Splenda or a regular sugar or coconut sugar or whatever you want to put in there. One of these will be for a powdered milk, or it could be powdered almond milk, or again, whatever you want to do, but it's a powdered form of your creamer. And then you could have another soluble flavored tea of some sort, or maybe you have two different flavors of hot cocoa, because one of these will definitely be your hot cocoa container, one of them can be your chai container. Now you do have an option. These containers over here typically have their own hose system that is dedicated to them, so it doesn't get contaminated with anything else. But that also means that your milk, your creamer, you can't use it with any of these selections over here. The creamer and the sugar typically connect to your coffee selections, but you can have one item over here that also connects to your creamer, and that's reflected in some of the menus on the fronts of these machines. You'll see hot cocoa without creamer and hot cocoa with creamer. The only caveat is that the ones that will connect to the creamer, that creamer chute or tube, if you will, is also getting coffee run through it. It could be decaf. So the hot cocoa option in that situation would be a Java. So it would be the hot cocoa with some milk and with some coffee flavoring. So I know that that's a lot, but I'm trying to keep it concise. Another thing you asked about was cleaning and servicing. You have this hose here, and Jeff told me typically every time you fill your bins, you would want to take your hose and you'd be cleaning out your selections here, and you can clean out, you pull these bins out, clean them out, and we can certainly run you through all of the details of how to do those kind of things. And I'll just show you in this machine next door here. There's going to be 2 buckets in your machine. One is for trash, and one is going to be for your grounds, your coffee grounds that have already been used. So that's the long and the short of it, and I'm going to end this video now.